Hello, welcome to another edition of the podcast Mexico in the World, the podcast to talk about events, celebrations and more in Mexico and the world. This time we are going to focus on the topic what is celebrated on April 7th, what it is World Health Day. World Health Day is important to be aware of the importance of health in Mexico and the world because there are many health problems today that with pollution, climate change, food, etc. So it is important to be aware of what health is and not just on the day that is precisely used to be aware of its importance. But throughout the year we must take care of our health and try to eat well, exercise, sleep well and avoid the effects of stress etc. And now we must also add the stress due to the pandemic, as well as the infections precisely due to the coronavirus. So we must be very aware and take this into account. Emma, how I mentioned to you all year long in Mexico and the world and that there are health problems in some countries due to food shortages, so it is something very complex and yet science does help us. Because science is advancing by leaps and bounds, so it is also important that science supports us and that we too take care of our health, so let's hope that in the future we will be able to work in terms of health, not just as people taking care of ourselves, taking into account our health by being aware of our health, but how I also mentioned them the advances in medicine, hopefully the pandemic will also gradually give us the opportunity to return to life how it was before then. There are many things. What I want is to put this issue of healthcare awareness on the table for that we do not forget throughout the year. Let's take care of it and take advantage of the advances of science in our favor. For the moment, that's all in this podcast in this edition, but we invite you to listen to us in our next edition. Thank you for listening to us, and please do not forget our social networks email. Podcast Mexico and the World at gmail.com, Twitter, at Mexico the World, Facebook, Mexico and the World Podcast, YouTube, Mexico and the World. Thanks again for listening to us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next edition. Thanks, bye.